Be live on Family TV as well. Jam 316 Lifestyle Friday, and it's all about giving back to the community. But before we engage in that whole conversation, tuangalie magazeti, what's making headlines today. This is the big story, Standard newspaper. It says, who killed Ruto man? Tough questions. DCI boss George Kinoti implicates the office of Deputy President in the killing of Sergeant Kipyegon Kenei, a former guard at Harambee House Annex. What did Kenei know? That's the question. Who did he call last? What were his last movements? And why is Kinoti prosecuting this case in public? Why are there no arrests? Those are the questions that are being asked on the front page of the Standard newspaper today. Some faces here: Sergeant Kipyegon Kenei, Rashid Echesa, and Crispin Odwor. Read some thoughts and some comments regarding that on the front page. Let's look at other stories making headlines today. Brunch, apparently, this is the new eating craze that says more about class than food. Breakfast in bed is so last season. Really? The in thing today is to hook up with your upwardly friends for bottomless food and mimosas. Mi nakuambia. Yani, they've given us 2 whole pages on this supposedly new trend. Sawa sawa. You can read all about it in the Standard newspaper and find out what they're saying about that, in case you have no idea what that is. Widowers face risk of losing family estate. Widowers who remarry after the death of their wives will lose their marital inheritance if a new bill comes into law. Something maybe you ought to take a look at and find out what are the details of what is being proposed. Another shocking story here: 9 of every 10 women in the country has been sexually harassed either through a phone call or text, a report by a caller identification app has revealed. You know, some time back, I think some ladies decided to open up on social media on this whole issue of sexual harassment, and some of the things our women go through are unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. In the matatus, kwanza on the ferry in Mombasa, don't even take me there. In the offices, even in church, on the streets, sexual harassment is just unbelievable. And the sad thing is that some people think it's a joke, and we laugh about it and we make comments about it. It's not good. I'm sure if I was to ask the ladies who are tuned in this morning, have you ever been sexually harassed in any way? In fact, let me ask that question. Have you ever been sexually harassed in any way? You know, somebody said something, a text message. Kwanza inboxes on social media. My pastor friend one day wrote a post on her page, and she was saying, all you men who are inboxing me with marriage proposals and sexual proposals. I mean, I thought, what? Ata kwa pastor. That's the kind of perverted world we live in today. Other stories you will find in here, there are a lot of commentaries and opinions on different subjects. But then what else is in here? City Hall officers defy Sonko's sacking notice. Despite press notices declaring them fired, 2 senior finance heads are still in office. Talk about being defiant. It is Friday. Pulse is the pullout, Mayday to payday, coming within 2 months of the president's decree with respect to royalties. The recent report by MCSK reflects an exceptional growth in payment and a welcome departure from the past. You can take a look at that in the Pulse pullout. And then what is in the back pages of the Standard newspaper: Ronaldinho accused of using fake passport. Atea. Former Brazilian football star Ronaldinho and his brother have been detained in Paraguay after allegedly using fake passports to enter the South American countries, authorities said on Wednesday. Ronaldinho will be had at 8 in the morning on Thursday, that was yesterday, at the prosecutor's office, Interior Minister told reporters. Why would he do that? You would think some of these big names, they have nothing to worry about. Why would you need to fake a passport? And then there's quite a bit on sports. Golf, the Kenya Country Club Open. You can take a look at that, and also a bit of athletics. So, my friend, those are some of the stories you will find in the local dailies this morning. Ensure that you grab yourself a copy and keep yourself informed on what's happening both locally and also internationally. Lifestyle Friday, giving back to the community. We'll get into that discussion in the next short while, so stick around with me, and maybe you can tell me if you are doing anything to bring about change in your community and to give back. I'm still hanging out with Pastor Daniel in this hour as we get into Lifestyle Friday, looking at the whole issue of giving back. Giving back in the society. You know, Pastor, one of the things I've realized is we live in such a world today where a lot of people and even organizations and even ministries sometimes are so self-centered. Because we are in this mode of God bless me, bless me, bless me. And we want to show off the blessings of God. You know, meaning God is moving in my life. But giving back is important.
Very important.
I don't know what your thoughts are about giving back before we get into what some of the things you guys are doing to give back to the community.
Can I talk about that from the standpoint of the ministry?
Yes.
There are two avenues of ministry, or there are two lines of ministry.
Yeah.
In the ministry that we do.
Yes.
Let's say like the church. There are two wings of the church.
Yeah.
One wing is the wing of ministry, where we preach, pray, heal the sick, and do all those things. Then there is the wing that is supposed to be there, which is the wing of giving back. Yes. And the ministry that has mastered those two wings, those ministries are flying. The reason why most ministries are not flying is because no airplane can fly with one wing.
We go around in circles.
Yes, we fly with both wings. The wing of ministry and the wing of giving back. Yes, because it is the way Jesus has structured ministry is pictured that as you bless people, as you touch the lives of people with the wing of ministry, in turn, people will give into the ministry. Now, problems begin in ministries where people are giving, but those ministries are not giving out.
They're not giving anything back to the community.
That's where problems begin. It's like a company that makes profit, but is not involved in giving out to the society. Because the company is making money out of the society. So it is just moral
to give back,
to the same society that is a blessing to you.
Okay.
Yes.
Talk to us about some of the things. I know you guys are doing some things in various places. You're doing something in Baringo. You're doing something in Moranga. Let's begin with Moranga, because I think the Moranga story for me is very inspirational.
Yes.
What are you guys doing in Moranga?
Destiny Chapel, we are in Moranga, and this month, beginning the 19th, and the 19th, the 20th, and 21st, we will be conducting a medical camp.
Okay.
And when I say a medical camp, don't picture out those mediocre things that people call medical whatever. When I say a medical camp, I mean extensive, proper medical camp.
Okay.
Where when you enter, you feel like you visited a hospital. Well prepared, well funded, and people volunteering, and we are ready to hit the ground.
Okay.
But the reason why we go to Moranga is that our ministry has been investing in pastors and other ministries in Moranga.
How many pastors?
We have been investing in 8 pastors. Those are the core team. That's the core team.
Yes.
Where whatever we are working in Moranga, we use them. So we have 8 pastors. And in December, we had an idea to just be a blessing to them. And when we asked them what we would do, the 8 pastors told us, hey, bless us with a cow. If you bless us with a cow, we'll be sorted out. We asked a cow?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Just like I've asked a cow?
A cow?
Yeah.
They said yes. We know what to do. If you give us a cow,
okay,
we know what to do.
I'm assuming this is a milk-producing cow.
Yes, a milk-producing cow.
Yeah.
So we decided, they want a cow.
Yeah.
Then let us give a pastor and his wife a cow.
So each
pastor got 2. cows.
One for him, one for his wife.
One for him, one for his wife. And let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a blessing of unspeakable impact.
Okay.
To those pastors, if you see the livelihood has improved, because they already knew what they would do. So when they were asking for a cow, it's not something they were guessing.
Yeah.
They had already pictured what they will do.
Yeah.
So when the cow came, and those pastors are very wise, do you know what they did?
What did they do?
Most of them got cows which are pregnant.
Walijipanga.
I don't know how, but they got good deals.
Yes.
And they got cows that were pregnant. And in a few months, that was in December, in a few months, most of them will be having 4 cows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because both cows
are pregnant.
Wow.
And I'm telling you.
How maybe break it down to us
Yes.
a bit further, because sometimes we look at things and not realize the magnitude.
The magnitude.
Because I'm sure somebody's thinking like Miyoko, so how did a cow really change their lives?
Yes. Let me break it down.
Yeah.
Pastor Joseph is our coordinator in Moranga. He's the one who leads the team. Pastor Joseph got 2 cows. Pastor Joseph, when he got the cow, I don't. He's blessed.
Yes.
I don't know where he got his cows, but he got a really good deal. And the cows were pregnant, but they were producing. And each day he would make 5 liters morning and 5 liters in the evening.
Yes.
Those are 10 liters from 1 cow.
From 1 cow, okay. So
Now,
from 2 cows, that's
yes,
20 liters.
Yes. If you've been listening to the politics of Mount Kenya, people are complaining that the prices of milk are down. So what the government, the politicians have done is that they have moved in to prove that wrong.
Yeah.
So the milk there is not 17 shillings as people talk.
No.
No, it's 36 shillings, I think.
Wow.
So you can imagine they have a dairy where they take the milk. Actually, the dairy comes for the milk.
To their homesteads?
To their homesteads. They have a center where they take the milk.
Yeah.
And they come collecting the milk. Then they have a book. So when you take 10 liters,
you record.
10 liters, you record.
Yes.
Then the dairy, they are so organized, they have open bank account for them. So they don't give them cash.
No.
They send the money to the bank.
The bank.
So 10 liters every day, 1 liter, 36 shillings.
That's 10 liters from 1 cow and
From
they have
1,
2.
and they have 2. Those are 20 liters
a
day. 36 shillings per liter times 30 days.
That's some good money.
That's some good money. Then the wife is no longer seated in the house. She's employed by the cows.
She has to take care of the cows.
Yes, so that they keep producing.
36 times 20.
Yes.
That's 360.
That's 7,200.
Wow.
Yes.
Per day.
Per day.
That's unbelievable.
I'm telling you, the impact is unimaginable. So
meaning then that the pastor can focus on ministry.
And that's our idea. That's our goal. That's what we, as Destiny Chapel, we wanted. Is that these pastors, we don't want them preaching, and there are many, and their families are crumbling because of financial pressure. Because it's true, you can pray and preach, but you can't eat preaching. When you go back home,
you need some change in your pocket.
You need some change
to buy some bread.
It's true. Because your children won't understand tongues. That let us pray in tongues. You know. But no, the child will hate God. Because if your God, my father invests his life to a God who cannot take care of us. Then what are we doing? The name of God is tarnished. And we saw that as Destiny Chapel, and we went for it. And let me tell you, we are doing a medical camp this March.
Somebody will ask, why do a medical camp?
Yes, why
do the medical camp? Where are you guys getting all this money? Why?
Now, this is you work with what you have. You don't work with dreams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you hit the ground,
yes,
it's not time for dreaming.
Yeah.
You know, because you might keep dreaming. It's good to have a dream, but start from what you have. And what we had, it's doctors who are willing to come and help people for free.
Yeah.
So if we have doctors, do we take doctors to hotels? No. They can't cook. So we can't hold a cooking competition.
Yeah.
We can only have a medical camp because that's what we have. So we have doctors coming from the US and they want to help people. So what do? We talk to donors. They support us. And people, we support whatever we are doing.
Yeah.
And these donors give money for that medical camp to happen. And the medical camp will happen because of the giving of donors. Well-wishers, donors.
Partners in ministry.
Partners in ministry. Because in ministry, there are those people who have the calling to go, and there are those people who have the calling to send. And the sending is in financial.
Yeah.
And blessed be God, we have financial donors from the US and locally, you know, and we are available. That's what God called us to do.
Yeah.
So the money comes, we take the money, we take it to Moranga and help people with it.
You know, that's good, but the question a lot of people ask today when things like this happen, people ask, why? What is in it for you?
What is it?
Yes, people always ask, what is in it for you? Why go through all this trouble? Yeah.
Okay.
And
I understand that question. I understand that question very well. I understand it very well, and I understand most people's concern because that has been the experience. But you see, just because that has been the experience of most people does not mean that the real people or the real ministers of God don't exist.
Yes.
Actually, the presence of a fake or a counterfeit is the evidence that there is an original, there is a real one.
Yeah.
So for us, we are driven, number one, if anyone knows Bishop Chola, you know Bishop Chola is driven by the fear of God. So if you are going to be involved in these things, and you're going to give back, and God be involved in it, then you can't have under table deals. No, you must come out clean.
Yes.
You must make whatever is available known.
Yes.
To not only to you. This thing is not driven only by Bishop Chola. Bishop Chola is the vision carrier.
Yeah.
But the people executing it are different people.
Yes.
The finance team in the church is aware of the donations coming in. So accountability is there, transparency is there. The check is not signed by the pastor, the bishop, and then the second signatory is the wife. Then the third signatory is the son.
Yes.
You know, it is not a family business. It's God's business.
Yeah.
And when you understand that you're working for God, how
God is about people.
Yeah, and how big is God? God told David, if I have given you this and this, then you went and took someone's wife.
Yeah.
If you needed more, I'll still have given.
I'm telling you.
So God is not there thinking, how will I finance my projects? No, God actually is looking for faithful people.
Yes.
If you are faithful and God gets a hold of you, there is nothing God cannot do with you. There is no amount of money God cannot bring your way.
Wow.
If only He has trusted you.
Wow. Yes. You know, many times when we hear stories about churches, we hear negative stories. I am sure the church you go to is doing something to give back to the community. I am sure. Because usually it is the small funny ones that are magnified, and then we think that all the churches in Kenya are like this. No. So do me a favor this morning. Text me and tell me some of the activities that your church is engaged in to bring about change in the community. I know some churches are running schools, some churches are running feeding programs, some churches are running programs for orphans and widows, some churches are setting up, mission posts out there, supporting missionaries, supporting other missionaries. I mean, a lot of things happen that don't get to be told about in the media. And so this morning, let's talk about it because it's all about giving back to the community. Let's break this notion that churches and pastors are all about just taking, sow a seed, bring this, and nothing is being done to give back to the community. So you tell me, SMSs 20316, WhatsApp 0786 316 316. What are some of the things your church is doing to give back to the community? And I'm saying this, a lot of churches give back, but it is not broadcast. We don't make noise about it. We just do our things silently. And because the media doesn't get to know about some of these things, we always get this notion that churches are all about getting, and churches are not giving back in the community. And when you have disasters and when you have things like drought, people ask, where is the church? Why isn't the church doing anything? Not recognizing that throughout the year, a lot of churches are investing in people. A lot of churches are investing in communities. A lot of churches are sponsoring children to school, but we don't talk about it. So this morning, I'm giving you an opportunity to tell me, what are some of the things your church is doing to give back to the community? Thank you for your SMSs. Cleophas, you say you are my number one fan in Kisumu. Asante sana. Yeah? You say at Crisco Fellowship in Kisumu, we serve our people through a needy kit. And also prisons, just to mention a few. You have a prisons ministry, that's good. My church, Salvation Army, runs schools for blind children in the country, such as in Thika School for the Blind, Likoni School for the Blind. Street feeding program has also been introduced recently. Maggie, that's a good thing you guys are doing. May the Lord continue to give you the resources you need to do that. Liz Wamboy, you're saying in Life Fellowship, we train people to go out and impact people in all 7 nations, give back to the society. If I believe in church, we also have channels to give back to the society. Liz, thank you for that. My good friend Joyce in Uganda is saying, mine is not doing anything at all. So I decided I'll only be paying tithe and give offering in the ministry, but I stopped sowing seed. I use it to bless the less privileged. You are doing something, and that's good. I'm happy to hear what Pastor is doing. Mamlaka Hill Chapel has organized a veterinary medical camp tomorrow in Kisamis to reach the Maasais with the word and help the livestock now. Awesome. That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, man. Awesome.
Who would think of doing a veterinary medical camp? Awesome. Mamlaka Hill Chapel, kudos to you guys, man. I would never think of such an idea.
That's a Holy Ghost idea.
I'm telling you.
Holy Ghost idea.
Because they know the Maasais are very...
the cows
are very personal to them.
Yes.
So if we take care of their cows, we'll reach out to their hearts.
They will open up. They will open up.
Wow.
That's a Holy Ghost idea.
That one is impressive. Keep sending me your SMSs. Yes. 20316 SMS line, WhatsApp number 0786 316 316. Pastor, if you're listening in today, tell me what are some of the projects your church is doing in the community to give back and to bring about transformation. Let's go to Baringo. Yes. I know you guys have done some amazing work in Baringo, unbelievable. What are some of the things you guys are doing in Baringo?
Now, in Baringo, we have been there almost 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. We have been there every year for the last 10 years.
Okay.
So Baringo, we have done a lot. In Baringo, we have invested in greenhouses. We have invested in building church structures.
Yeah.
In Baringo, we have drilled boreholes.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's all about changing the lives of the people in the community.
It's called. Jesus told us to be wise as serpents and harmless as dove. Yes. So we have been wise. It's called you meet an external need so that you can open up someone's heart to meet an eternal need. So you meet the need, physical need, what matters to them in this world, so that you can talk to them about what matters in the next world. Because now they know you really care about them. Now they know you really care.
Okay. What was the situation in Baringo when you first went there, and what transformation has happened because of what you have invested there?
Now in Baringo, we have taken the strategy of villages.
Okay.
Because they live in villages. Yeah. So we would we would enter into a village, talk to the elders through pastors' fellowship in Marigat. So just the same way we have a core team in Moranga,
you have a
core team in Baringo.
Okay.
So because you see, you are coming from Nairobi, but there are pastors
on the ground.
On the ground. Na vitu zinakuanga different sana kwa ground. So you don't just go there with a haughty spirit, big brother spirit. No, you go there with the humility of Jesus Christ. Just talk to like-minded preachers, pastors. You will find that they are readily available to help you.
Okay.
Because even them, they are trying to penetrate the society. So you are coming in with something that will aid them to be effective in their own ministries. So they are willing to help you and to give you intelligence, local intelligence, that you have no idea of. Yes, so we work with the local pastors. We have a committee of core team led by Chairman Samuel and their secretary, Pastor Ruto, Elijah Ruto. So, and when we went there, they know in this village, this is the problem. So in this village, if we put a greenhouse, they will produce tomatoes and vegetables, and the people in the village, they will be buying them instead of going far for them. And now the money they get will be used to pay the people taking care of the greenhouses.
So it's self-sustaining.
It's self-sustaining. And you find that you have met a need because of the distance of where they go to get the vegetables. Sometimes they opt not to take vegetables. So you find they are eating meat without vitamins. So you have met a need, and they are blessed, and they open up to the gospel. Because our aim is the gospel at the end of the day. Whatever it will take to get the gospel to people, do it.
Do it.
Yes.
And I love the fact also that from what you've shared, you have not bulldozed.
Yes, you don't.
It's not about establishing your name. It's about the people.
The people, yes. And you see, because this is the thing, God will not be involved in a fraud.
Very true.
He won't.
He will not.
God is too big, and he is too secure with himself. He does not need to get involved in fraud. God will not sponsor a fraud. God will not be involved with a fraud. So it's either your heart is clean or it's not. And the Bible says Amaziah did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, but not with a perfect heart. It means it got God's attention that this guy is doing the right thing, but not with the right heart. So it means to God, the heart is more important than what you're doing. So even before you go to the missions, even before you go to meet needs, the disposition of your heart is what will determine whether God will be involved or not, or you'll be alone. And now when you are alone, you will go and do the right thing, but you will build your name, not God's kingdom.
I know one of the issues that was big in Baringo was the whole malaria thing, how did you guys? What did you guys?
It was just recently. That was recently. It's going on. So what we have done, just like Moranga, we have a medical camp coming up, 23rd, 24th, 25th of this month. This month is busy for us. We have a medical camp in Marigat at a place called Kefri. Kefri is a government institution. It's a research institution. So we have a medical camp coming up there, and a revival at night. So during the day we heal them with medicine, and in the evening
lay hands on them.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's and it was so timely that the malaria breakout came at this hour, because now our energies, our resources
will focus
to deal with malaria. So we will carry malaria drugs with loads. There will be a lot, because we are expecting people to come that are suffering from it.
Okay.
Yes.
More comments coming through. This one says, Deliverance Church House of Bread under Bishop Mark Karaoke. What you guys do is you feed street kids from Marikiti Market and Gikomba Market, and you do that every week. Awesome. And I know my friend Bishop Grace Dalizu, I mean, if that bishop is a giver.
Yes.
I mean, she shocks me.
Yes.
I mean, she can give even her shoes.
Yeah.
And Bishop Dalizu has a daily
Yes.
feeding program for street kids.
Daily. No, that's a blessing.
Every day.
Yes.
In fact, for her, it's gotten to a place she has a service for them.
And someone may think, oh, street children.
Yes.
But me and you, we know what can come out of the streets. We know Mike, the pilot.
Mike has been here on this show 3 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
The boy came from the streets,
Yes.
and now he's a pilot.
Now he's a pilot.
So don't
and
say.
now he's also giving back to the community.
To the streets.
Yes.
So don't say, oh, street boys, there is no hope. No, you don't know. Leave that to God.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
it is his business to change people.
Yes.
Our business is to invest. And when we invest, we give God an opportunity to touch hearts.
Wow.
Yes.
Good morning, pastors. Thank you so much. I'm Geoffrey from Jubilee Christian Church in Kisumu. We are having a feeding program every Friday in Kisumu, Mamboleo. We have been doing this for the last 1 month to touch drug addicts and the rest of the community so that they know Christ. Thank you for giving us this platform. God bless Family FM. And so you say you're going to be having it today from 12:30 p.m. And then you preach Christ in the restoration hour, that is lunch hour. And you have lunch and you're saying anybody who can come, they are most welcome to come. So that is in Kisumu, Jubilee Christian Church, Mamboleo. Watu wa Kisumu, you can hook up with Geoffrey and his team there. Awesome. They're doing a good work because we need to talk about these things. Yeah. We need to change the perception that all the church does is just get. No, we also give. Even here at Family Media, we get from people, they give us, but we also give back to the people and give back to the communities because that's just the way God has designed for it to work. Let's jump over to Nairobi.
Yes.
Because there's somebody, Anne had sent an SMS.
Yes.
And they said he knows you guys also have a free medical camp happening at Funzi Road on the 27th. Yes. And she says she was wishing it was happening on a Saturday, so that the employees of their company can come.
Oh my God! I wish Bishop Chola, are you listening?
Yeah.
Bishop, are you listening? Someone is asking whether we can hold Nairobi
on Saturday.
Yes, or Philip, are you listening? Or Miss Pauline?
Yes.
Yes. So yes, it's true. In Nairobi, we have a one-day medical camp that is coming up at Funzi Road, 04, off Enterprise Road. Yeah. That's where actually yesterday the county doctor came to inspect the premises, whether it can do the medical camp or not.
Very important.
And guess what? He was so impressed.
Yes.
He couldn't believe.
Yeah.
He had to ask us, did you have a medic insider? Who told you to lay or everything like this?
Yeah.
We said we just did it ourselves. We thought God gave us brains.
God gave us, yeah.
And he was so impressed and gave a go ahead, and even the city council will be involved, and they want to be involved, and we are blessed by that. So now this medical camp, because I know people in Nairobi are listening to me. If you want to be part of it, it's by registration. There is a card, and the reason why we have a card is so that we can plan for those people who are coming with a kind of finality or a kind of definite numbers of people we're expecting.
Yes.
So if you need a card, maybe you can call me, or maybe you can come to Destiny Chapel. They will give you a card. I saw there are still cards there. Yeah. So you can come for a card.
Yes.
And and let me tell you, when we say medical camp, as I said in the beginning, it's not those, we are serving God.
It's a proper medical camp.
Yes, we are serving God.
Yeah.
And our God is an excellent God.
Yes.
So when we say a medical camp, we mean a medical camp.
Yes.
Where the only thing we will not be dealing with is eye problems and eye problems and dental problems, because those are very dynamic and very broad issues. But every other general consultation, if you are mkono inaumanga or roho ipigi vizuri, anything that you think it's an issue, health issue, you can come, and it's a free, absolutely free.
Yes.
Absolutely free, with no hidden costs. No hidden agenda. You're just loving on people, blessing people, and serving Jesus.
Liz is saying
yes.
She would like to know the date because she also has doctors from India.
Awesome.
Yeah, if you'd like to partner with them. Anyway, if you would want to find out more information about the medical camps, just send me a text and I'll be able to forward your number so that I can call you and give you all the information that you need. But the genesis of all this conversation is about giving back to the community. Churches are giving back, individuals are giving back. Don't get the notion that churches and ministries like this one are all about taking. No, we are also giving, transforming lives. I can't begin to tell you the testimonies that come back to us because of what we are giving back to the community. Lives are being changed, families are being reunited, fathers and sons being reunited. That is just amazing. Parting shot, Pastor Daniel, as we finish. Yes. Sometimes people think, I don't have a lot, so I can't give back. What would you tell them?
I will read for them a scripture. That is 2 Corinthians 8, yes. Verse number 1. 2 Corinthians 8, verse number 1. It says, it says, moreover, brethren, we make known to you the grace of God bestowed upon the Macedonian church, that in great trial of affliction, of affliction, the abundance of their joy and their deep poverty. Wow. So these people are not just poor. They were in deep poverty. There is poverty.
And there's a deep poverty.
And there is deep. That means level. Poverty has depth.
Yes. Poverty has levels.
Has levels. And these ones were deep. That means they were not on service level poverty. They were under the service. So he says, they abounded in the riches of their generosity. They abounded in the riches of their generosity. For I bear witness that according to their ability, yes, and beyond their ability, they were freely willing, imploring us with much urgency that we would receive the gift and the fellowship of ministering to the saints. That means these people gave out of poverty. And guess what? A few years from this, they became the richest church.
I'm telling you.
Yes, they became the richest church.
Because of their giving.
Because of their giving. Because they didn't give deep poverty as an excuse for not giving.
Wow.
What about the widow?
Yes.
With the mite.
Yeah.
He says, out of her poverty, she gave. Now, those are two, it means two things. It's from her poverty, she gave. She didn't hold back because of poverty. The other thing is, she gave out of her poverty.
Her giving drove her out of poverty.
Drove her out of poverty. Yes. So you can't give poverty as an excuse. Actually, giving is the answer to poverty.
Wow.
Yes.
Giving is the answer to poverty. I'm out of time for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm still getting SMSs. Our church, St. Andrew's PCEA, we have built a school for street kids, and each member finances the home and school, and they visit every month to pray with the boys. The headmaster is a graduate who grew up in the home. The boys grow all sorts of things, and church members buy everything. That's what I'm talking about, doing something to give back to the community. Churches are active. Churches are doing things. It's only that we don't broadcast it. So don't get the notion that churches and ministries like Family Media are all about getting to fatten themselves. No, we are getting, but we are also giving, because that's the way of ministry. Well, wacha tuonane next week, God willing. As I said, next week is all about Christian character. We'll look at the life of Joseph and see what we can learn from him, because Joseph was in different situations, but his character was intact. Whether he was at home being loved on by his father, whether he was in the pit, whether he was in Potiphar's house as a slave, in prison as a prisoner, or on the throne as second in command, one thing was very constant in his life, his character. And so next week, we'll try and look into the different scenarios. At home as a loving son, what kind of character should you have? As a slave, 8 to 5. Unajua watu 8 to 5 tunasemaga saa zingine we are slaves. What kind of character should you have when you're handling somebody else's business? We'll look into all that.